Board meeting for January 10th, 2017, and this is being broadcast by Area 58 Access Media. If we could please stand, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Up for discussion tonight is an additional article for April town meeting, the rezoning of 16 Montello Street from Green Business Park to residential agricultural.
So, Mr. Chairman, if you remember, that you have voted to send 2 parcels in North Carver to town meeting for this rezoning. And that recommendation came out of the Redevelopment Authority's Urban Renewal Plan discussions and planning process. As that process wound its way through the sausage making factory and has, come out the other end, one more piece has been taken out of the list of property to be used, and it's Mr. and Mrs. Tusher's property. They're here tonight, and they have requested that their property also be rezoned from Green Business Park to residential agricultural. So it's a single-family home. It's been a single-family home for a long time. It was rezoned in 2010 as part of the Green Business Park. It was discussed extensively as part of the Urban Renewal Plan process. And the end result is that that design will work around them. The projects and the access and the roads will be designed in a way to avoid them completely. So their property will remain intact, their home will remain there, and they'd like to be residentially zoned because they're residents. So if the board agrees, what I would suggest you do is we add this lot to the article for this. We already have this article with those other 2 properties with this same rezoning from Green Business to RA. We add this parcel to that article as well.
Well said.
I'll make a motion to add that article.
I'll second it.
So I have a motion and second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That was unanimous. Second for discussion is the lot release for Olympia's Path.
So this is the subdivision plan that you just modified, I believe in December. And the roadway was just built a little bit off kilter, and they had to come in and realign it a little bit. The plan is in your packet. Off of High Street, 6 lots, conservation subdivision. Everything has been recorded now. You did talk to the applicant and his engineer a while back, I think maybe in October, it was in the fall sometime, about releasing some of the lots. And at that time, you did agree that the road is up to such a standard. It's up to binder. Drainage is in. It's been inspected. Water line's in. You agreed that the back 4 lots, so lots 2, 3, 4, and 5 could be released. They had to go through the modification process to make sure the correct Mylar was recorded first before you could release anything. So the Mylar was modified, you voted it, it was recorded, we have all the recording information, you have a copy of a lot release form. So you have already voted to release them, but I want the board to just reconfirm, now that the plan has been modified, you're still okay with releasing these back 4 lots.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it appears on the mapping and stuff that it's the exact same thing that we had talked about previously. There's still 2 lots available to finish the roadway and stuff like that, so I don't think there's any issue with releasing those lots like we discussed and voted on before.
And the copies of the plan show that we had already signed it previously, too.
Right, you have the plan, you signed the plan, so it's recorded, but there is a covenant recorded with it. So in order to release these 4 lots from the covenant, we have to do this step.
Any other questions?
So do we need a vote for this?
Yeah, you do have to vote, well, I'd like you to
Vote that
confirm,
we
I'd like,
Agree that we already agreed on this?
yes, I'd like you to confirm your vote. I'd like you to confirm your previous vote that you are going to release lots 2 through 5 for Olympia's Path.
All right, I'll make a motion to agree that we are going to release these lots.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's unanimous.
So, Mr. Chairman, we'll use yours as the original. So, there's a signature box, so if everybody can get your signature on Bruce's copy.
Okay. All right, now that that's, we'll go on to other business, planning board member notes.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, if I could, a little update for the board and for the public. Master Plan Committee meeting is scheduled for tomorrow at 7 o'clock here at Town Hall. It should be the last one before we move forward and bring in the master plan to this committee. So I invite everybody to come and voice any concerns that they have with what's transpired since then. Also, if people haven't heard yet, the urban renewal plan was voted 4-1 by the selectmen last week. So that's moving forward to the next steps. So it's a lot going on in the community, so that's all I got.
Thank you, Will, and thank you for your hard work, on both committees. Anyone else?
I'm all set right now?
We'll go to correspondence.
Mr. Chair, if I could, just one other thing, if I could, and this is more of a professional end. During the process through the urban renewal plan, I noticed a lot of different things that were going on in the community, and I've got to publicly say that the professionalism that we receive from people that we've hired in this community is outstanding. And I was very impressed with what our planner brought to the table during our presentation to the Board of Selectmen. Her ability and knowledge of the laws and what she brought to the table was outstanding. I sent a letter off to the town administrator of my thoughts on that, and I think the public should be proud of what this community has for assets that are here working in Town Hall. And I commend you for all your hard work. I know it was a lot of work and we have a lot more to do, but I wanted to publicly say that she did an outstanding job.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Will, and thank you, Marlene. We have the minutes of December 27th, 2016.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes as written for December 27, 2016. Well done.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye. There was a lot of info on that.
It was like word for word, too. It was great. It was very good. Next is correspondence. We have a letter of January 5th, 2017 from Manuel Silva. Oh, he was gonna be here to say something about that?
Yeah, so I guess we can
You
put
have the
him.
letter. It wasn't in a,
You have I didn't have time to scan it and email it, but you do have a copy of it in your packet. And I'm happy to put it back on the next agenda and give him another reminder call.
all right.
And this is to talk about the property on Plymouth Street?
Yes, so it's map 18 lot 8 at 0 Plymouth Street.
And that was the property that was the topic of discussion on the
40B,
40B?
yes.
And he says he wants to talk about an indication of what his thoughts are, or is that what he's going to bring?
So the letter says, requesting to be on the next agenda of the planning board to discuss option and suggestion in developing land, map 18 lot 8 at 0 Plymouth Street under existing zoning regulation. That's
Okay.
all I know.
Right.
All right, so- and then I noticed in the email, we had our next meeting for February 14th, but you said there was nothing on the agenda, or something come up?
So yesterday, somebody came in to see me with a preliminary plan, a 3-lot preliminary plan, simple subdivision. And a preliminary plan doesn't require advertising and that whole process up front. And the property owner is under a bit of time pressure, so I know that Jim is not available on the 24th is would be our next, right? That would be 2 weeks?
Yep.
Okay. Jim's not available on the 24th, so we would need, I would need to know if all 3 of you can commit to the 24th before I tell her that we can have a meeting for her preliminary. So we would have a preliminary plan for the 3 lots. And then, I'd call Mr. Silva and have him come in to talk to you on that agenda. And then maybe any A&Rs or anything that come in. We don't have any. We have the High Street definitive plan that you just finished the preliminary. The definitive plan is being worked on. They're getting ready to file, but because of advertising and notice, that we can't do that. And I've got the hearing ad, now that you've got the Tusher's property on for the rezoning, I've got the hearing ad ready to go for the rezoning, but that has to be advertised too. So we're looking at that in February for your zoning hearings. So I know this property owner would really appreciate if you could meet on the 24th for a preliminary plan.
And that's on a Tuesday.
Yep.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I think I can make that, yeah.
Yep, okay, so I will let her know, I'll let her know that we will be meeting on January 24th and to get her plans in.
Right.
Oh, okay, so it was February, so it'd be January 24th.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it.
That's it.
for this
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second that.
evening. A motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And good night, everyone.